was on the front porch of the fraternity house and proposed to her, and gave her the ring. She looked at it, she said yes, and then the fraternity did their usual insanity, picked me up literally, passed me all the way up the stairs to the shower room, fully clothed. They turned the shower on, I was sopping wet, and then they passed me down again to the porch, dropped me in front of Nancy, and asked if she still wanted to be engaged to me. She said yes. She and I got married in Columbus. She went to work for General Hospital as a dietitian and continued on that until I graduated. And she also, at that time, got pregnant with Kathy, and 18 months later, we had a beautiful daughter. Nancy was in love with Kathy and was the mother bear for a good portion of Kathy's growing up. As a collector, went to a home owned by Peter Shearer, who was a retired member of the physics department at the University of Cincinnati and a mineral nut. She walked into the house and showed an interest in the minerals, and Pete proceeded to take her throughout his basement and all the houses where they had display cases, and she was exposed to minerals, and it was love at first sight. We made field trips to places like Pugh Quarry, Ohio, that had celestite, and that was the one field trip where our little daughter couldn't help resist picking up mineral specimens and putting them in her pocket. And then as we started to leave, started crying because the weight of the mineral specimens pulled her pants down. A story that Kathy doesn't like to remember. She got involved with a couple of performance groups and actually appeared in several stage productions. The one that sticks in my mind because I got to be on stage sitting at a table drinking imitation wine, and that was Cabaret. She actually played a clown on Fountain Square Fools. It was the Fountain Square Fools, and she actually played a clown on Fountain Square, and fully got into her persona to the point irritated the heck out of me because the whole day she wouldn't talk to me. She stayed in the role of a clown and a mime. She had two major loves in her life. One was a grandson. It was amazing to see how she responded to him. And as Kathy got older, she became very, very, very interested and concerned and caring for Kathy.
Some of the memories that I remember were going shopping down at Findlay Market Saturday morning, stopping by the cookie vendor and making sure she always got me a cookie while we were down there. Coming home and she had found the latest recipe out of some magazine that she was making that Dad and I had to try. Never had a bad meal. A little weird. Getting past the oxtail soup I think was a little strange, but it was really good. She found one recipe one year that she used at Christmas. They were called Christmas candy canes. Nice, it was a pastry that had a filling in them, and then they were iced and they were in the shape of a candy cane. Well, they kind of became a family tradition that I still do today at Christmas time. Some of our best conversations I think we had the last 5 years were driving that 4-hour drive up to Medina and home. Last year, she made a beautiful ametrine faceted egg, and as we're leaving the hotel, I couldn't remember where I put her egg. So we pulled off before getting on to the expressway to come home, and I tore the car apart. Then I remembered I had wrapped her egg in a paper towel and set it on the counter or on the little table ledge at the hotel. We went flying back there. We're lucky enough that we got a hold of the gal that had cleaned her room. And here I am going through all these garbage bags because she had spent all week on this ametrine egg, and it was the only thing she had to show for the entire week of the course. And I got dug in the bottom, and sure as shooting, in a piece of paper towel was wrapped her egg, and we saved it. When Steve was born, that was love at first sight. Steve could do no wrong in her eyes. Actually, I think she had more fun with him growing up, where she got chances to do different things, and I don't think she threw out any styrofoam plate from any package of meat ever from the time Steve was born until probably about 5 or 6 years ago when we purged the craft room. She saved all kinds of stuff, and they do all kinds of experiments, and I think that's what made her so much fun.
There's so many wonderful and amazing things that she exposed me to, and it's hard to pick one thing that really sums up who she was to me. I think the memory that kind of exemplifies who she was and how much she loved and cared for me and the family is when I went away to college for 4 years. Every week I received a letter from her telling me what was going on at home, what Grandpa was doing, how Mom was doing. In those letters, even though I was 3 hours away, I never felt detached or alone from the family. You know, it was her way of reaching out and showing that she loved me. And also in those letters, you saw how much she loved my grandpa and my mom. She was my grandma, my teacher, my best friend, and she loved me for me.
Mom was always just supportive.
Nancy was really a Renaissance woman